In the first 1,000 days, offering your baby a wide variety of healthy foods can improve their eating habits for life. That's a fact. We know that healthy eating habits can be established right back at the weaning stages, which is around 6 months. The Department of Health and Children recommend that you start weaning, which is offering solid foods, at around the age of 6 months. No earlier than 17 weeks or 4 calendar months, and certainly not later than 6 months, because this is a key window of opportunity where your baby is ready to accept new textures, new tastes, and really to widen and broaden their palate, which will last with them for a lifetime. When you start weaning, it's a good idea to be really adventurous. Offer your baby a rainbow of foods, so lots of colourful vegetables and fruits to give them all of the vitamins that they're going to need and will encourage them to be more adventurous when it comes to trying different foods for you in their diet. And in fact, we know that there's a key window of opportunity around the age of 6 to 7 months where babies are more likely to accept different tastes and textures. If a baby is eating a good range of fruit and vegetables at this stage, in fact, we now know that they're more likely to be good vegetable eaters when they're 7 years of age and even beyond. So prevention is definitely better than cure. If you don't want a fussy eater on your hands, now is the time to offer a whole range of exciting tastes and textures. When you start weaning, there are a couple of key things to remember which will help you as you go through this exciting stage of your baby's development. You may need to offer your baby a new food up to 10 or even 15 times before they will accept it. So don't give up. If at first your baby doesn't like your sweet potato puree or pushes away your carrot and parsnip mash, it doesn't mean that they don't like it. It just means that they need to get used to it and may need to be offered it a few more times. So it's a good idea to make up a large batch of vegetable purees, pop them in the freezer in an ice cube tray, and then you can take out a small amount and maybe a couple of days later try again and again. Remember, it's quite common for babies to gag when they move from a very pureed diet to thicker textures. But don't panic, it can be quite scary, but it is completely normal. And remember, gagging is not the same as choking. As your baby gets used to the textures and gets used to eating from a spoon, it will go away. It's also important to continue offering lumpy foods and textures because you don't want your baby to get stuck on a very pureed, runny diet. We know that babies who are exposed to lumps and finger foods between the ages of 6 to 7 months are much better at eating lumps and textures when they move on to the toddler years and tend to have a better and more varied diet when they get older. So how much food do you give your baby? Well, there are recommended guidelines to give you an idea of how much food to prepare when your baby is sitting down for their lunch or dinner time. At the very early stages of weaning, we recommend about 5 to 10 teaspoons of puree should be enough, and to offer that to your baby 2 or 3 times during the day. As they become more established between 6 to 9 months, then you can offer between 4 and 6 tablespoons and perhaps 3 set meals a day, so breakfast, lunch and dinner. And then at about 9 to 12 months, when your baby has really got used to eating family meals with breakfast and lunch and dinner, you can then offer perhaps some snacks as well during the day. So 3 main meals, 2 to 3 snacks, and the quantities now would be around 4 to 6 tablespoons at each mealtime. Remember, the weaning diet is all about moving your baby from a milk-based diet to a diet where they're eating 3 meals and snacks a day, more like everybody else in the family. But there are some key nutrition tips to remember. Water is a great drink for the weaning diet and definitely is a better choice than offering your baby fruit juice between meals if they're thirsty. Fruit juices tend to be quite high in sugar, even natural sugars, and are not a good idea for your baby's developing teeth. Then when it comes to offering meats in the diet, they're really important for iron, but do go for lean, fresh meat and fish more often than going for the more processed varieties. So things like sausages, chicken nuggets, these are not suitable weaning foods because they tend to be very high in salt and not good for your weaning baby's kidneys. Snacks are an important part of the weaning diet, so it's a good idea to offer your baby a variety of healthy snacks during the day. Why not choose from yogurt, fresh fruit chopped up into bite-sized pieces, perhaps some nice fresh vegetable sticks, or even small pieces of wholemeal bread and cubes of cheese. These snacks are much better than offering sweets or cakes or biscuits, which are not suitable during the weaning diet as they're much too high in sugar and fat. So weaning is a really exciting time for you and your baby. So enjoy this exciting developmental stage. And remember, what you feed your baby now can influence their eating habits forever.